Open your book to page 229, and this is lesson 8.3. This lesson is about the distributive property or distributive law. So whenever you have the addition or subtraction mixed with multiplication, you need to learn how to distribute. But first, let's go and simplify some of the product first. So let's go to page 230, and let's go to example 1A. Let's go and do the multiplication first. To review a little bit about multiplication. So you got 4x to the 4 times 3x to the 3. So when you multiply, you do the number first and you do the alphabet after that, and after you do the parentheses or the groups, right? So 4 times 3 equal to 12. X to the 4 times x to the 3, you have to apply the power, the product rule, right? So product rule you have to add to be x to the 7. Okay, and that's it. And let's go to B. You have negative 2a squared b times 5a3b to the 3. So again, when you multiply, first you take care of the sign and the numbers. But because these are fairly easy, so you can do the sign and the number together, or you can do a separate either way. So if you have negative 2 times 5 will give you negative 10. Okay, so do the number, then you go down the alphabet. A to the 2 times a to the 3, give you a to the 5, right? When you multiply, you have to add the exponent, right? And you do the b to the 1, b to the 3 will give you b to the 4. Okay, let's go to example 1c. You have 4xy squared times negative 3x squared y to the 4 times negative 2x to the 3y. Okay, so now you have to multiply. So when you have a lot of stuff, then it's better to go and just separate each part. So first, let's take care of the sign. Positive, negative, negative. So 2 negative will make into positive. So this will be a positive. Next, let's do the numbers. 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 is 24. Right? Now let's do the alphabet. You got x to the 1, x to the 2, x to the 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 give you 6. Then you do the y. So you got 2, 4, and 1. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so y to the 7. Now when you write your answer, normally you don't include the positive, right? It's kind of giving, so you know that that's the kind of the positive. Okay, let's go to 1D. You have 5x to the 3 squared. Okay, now remember, exponent is for what is immediately before it, right? So this is for the parentheses. It means everything inside parentheses gets squared. So 5 squared is 25. x3 squared, you have to apply the power rule. So you have to multiply, so you get x to the 6. And that's it. Okay, so next let's go and do the distributive property or distributive law on page 230. Okay, distributive rule. So when you have a times b plus c, this is equal to a times b plus a times c. Okay, and they use example, right? If you have 3 times 10 plus 1, this is equal to 3 times 11. So normally you add first, right? So this is equal to 33, right? Okay. But you also can distribute. You can multiply. So 3 times 10 give you 30. And 3 times 1 will give you 3. Right? So this is equal to 33. So you can see that this way and this way they are the same. So this is just proof. This is just show you that the distributive property is okay. It's fine. Okay. So let's go and do some examples. On page 231, example 2a, you have 2 times x plus y. Now the reason you need to learn how to do the distributive, because if the numbers are given, then you can add first and multiply, right? But in this case, your variable is given, so you cannot add first. So you have no choice. You have to do the distributive. You have to do it this method rather than this method. So you just multiply, so it will be 2x, multiply, distribute, right? Plus 2y, and that's your answer. Okay. Now this is not a number, so you don't have to box your answer. Okay. Let's go to B. So you have a times x minus y. So you distribute, so you got ax, multiply. Then you have to watch the negative, right? So it would be minus ay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to 2c. You got x times x squared plus y. Okay, so you distribute. Now you have x times x squared. This will give you x to the 3. And you distribute, so plus. Now this one cannot mix, so just leave them alone. Okay, and that's it. Okay. Okay. Again, you don't have to box the answers because this is not a number, but I'm just boxing so you can see better. Okay, so 2d, you have 3x times 4x plus x cubed y. So again, that's addition, so subtractions. So when you have an addition or subtraction with a multiplication, you have to distribute. So multiply, so 3 times 4 is 12, x times x is x squared. And then you go to the next one, it will be plus. Again, when there's a lot of parts, then what you do is focus on the sign, then the number, 3 times 1 is 3, then go down the alphabet, x1, x3, so you get x to the 4. Over here, there's no y, so you just have 1y. Okay. So again, when you multiply, do the sign, then the number, then the alphabet, and later on you're going to do the groups. Okay, let's go to example 3. So example 3, it says this is when there are more than 2 terms appear inside the parentheses. So what you do is you just keep going. It doesn't matter how many terms. So you have negative 5a times 4a to the 3 minus 2a squared b plus b squared. So again, it doesn't matter how many terms you have. You just go and distribute. So this multiply, again, the sign, negative times positive is negative. The number, 5 times 4 is 20. Then you go down the alphabet, a times, so this is a to the 1 times a to the 3, give you a to the 4. Okay, so now you're done with the first one. So you go to the second one. Again, first take care of the sign. Negative is positive. 5 times 2 is 10. A to the 1 times a to the 2, give you a to the 3. And b, there's only one b over here, so that's it for the second term. Then you just keep going, the next term. So negative, positive is negative. 5, when this don't have number is 1, right? So 5 times 1 is still 5. Then go down the alphabet, A, there's no A, so it'll be just A. Now you go to B. Again, when you don't see anything, means it's 1. So A times 1 is 5, so it's A, right? And no B means 1. So 1 times B squared will give you B squared, right? Okay. And so this is your final answer. Okay, let's go to example 4. Example 4a, you got 2x minus 5 times 4x. So right now this is kind of reverse, right? So when you have this kind of situation, again, just go through each term. So use this term, right? Just use this term and multiply. And so again, 2 times 4 is 8. Do the number, then do the alphabet. X times x is x squared. So now you're done. So once you're done, there's no more back here, right? If there are more over here, just multiply. When you're all done with the first one, then you do the second one. So now you use the second one, you multiply. So negative times positive is negative. 5 times 4 is 20. And 1 times x is x. And so that is it for A. Okay, let's go to B. So you got negative 2x squared plus xy minus 5y squared times negative 3xy. So that's going to distribute. So this times that. So again, negative times negative is positive. 2 times 3 is 6. Then go down the alphabet. X squared times x to the 1, so x to the 3. No y, so we got y over here, so it'll be y. So that takes care of the first one. So now you're done with the first one, then you go to the next one. So this times that. So sign, positive times negative is negative. Alphabet, when you don't see anything, is 1. So 1 times 3 is 3. Then go down the alphabet. So x times x is x squared. Y times y is y squared. So now you're done with the second one. So now you do the next one. So first multiply the sign, right? Negative times negative is positive. 5 times 3 is 15. X, again, when there's no x means it's 1. So 1 times x is x. Then you got y squared times y to the 1, so it would be y to the 3. Okay, and so this would be your answer for 4B. Okay, let's go to example 5. Example 5a, you have negative times parentheses of 2x plus 3. Remember what I said, right? When you don't see any number means it's 1. So this is negative 1. So you got negative 1 times 2x. So again, go follow the steps, right? Negative times positive is negative, 1 times 2 is 2, and x just x, right? And you distribute, negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to B. Okay, so example 5b. You have negative times a minus b. So you can distribute. So negative times a is negative a. Negative times negative b will give you plus b. Okay, let's go to example C. You have negative 3x squared minus 5x plus 4. So you can distribute. So negative times whatever would be just that, right? And then distribute. So negative times negative is positive, and 1 times anything would be the same, right? And you multiply. Negative times 4 is minus 4. So when you multiply by negative 1, it just changes all the signs.